Hi guys, it's Nikki here. It's been way too long since I've done some tutorials for you on colouring. So I'm going to try and do some for you this evening. You'll have to forgive my really amateur setup here, but my video camera has seems to not be working. Sorry, bear with me. There you go. So I'm kind of recording this on my Mac with an external USB camera, which is sat in a mug, trying to get the right angle, so you'll have to bear with me. But I'm gonna go right through colouring in this image using the amazing graphite alcohol markers. I might break the video down into steps depending on how long I take, because I can be a bit slow colouring. But bear with me, and I'm going to do this right from start to finish, so you might need to grab some other little videos. So these two images here are from Polkadoodles. These are our Halloween 2013 digistamps, which are available to download from polkadoodles.co.uk. Okay, so I'm going to start off on this side. Sorry, I got a flash of my bedroom mirror there. I'm going to start off with the witch poo on the left hand side of your screen, and I've already coloured her in 4125 graphite, and I'm going to take you right through the graphites and why I love them, why I've swapped from the markers that I had used for years and years, and what I actually love about them, and kind of some of the unique benefits of them, because there's a lot of things about graphite that are quite unique that you don't get in other brands. Okay, so let me set my camera down and let's try and go. So I'm going to keep trying to whiz the image around a bit like this, but I can't get it any further away for you. So graphites, if you don't know what graphite is, basically graphite markers were made in France. They were born in 2012. And the company that has actually brought us these is an internationally known company that specialise in really premium fine art products. Now, graphite, as you can see, this isn't rolling off my desk, and it's because it's got this cool triangular shape. So it's ergonomic. You will find if you have dexterity problems, you'll find that basically you have less of an issue with these markers because they're so ergonomic. They don't hurt your hands. I get a bit of carpal tunnel and my hands can seriously ache after a couple of hours of colouring, and we all know, really, you know, although some of us, haha, you know, can colour an image in 20 minutes on TV, you know, in real life, when I'm colouring at home, you know, I can spend a lot longer. So you can see here we've got two ends. We've got our big fat chunky chisel nib, which we're all familiar with, and then we've got a really nice bullet tip here. Now the bullet actually is pretty much similar in size to most of the others that are around, but the difference with these nibs, I find anyway, is that these nibs are a little bit firmer to the touch, and that means that you get a really much finer line than you would expect, especially in the UK, the brand of markers that we tend to use in the UK. So in comparison to that, you'll find you get a narrower stroke, and that in turn means that really colouring in fine details is much easier, and you don't need to buy extra nibs to actually slot onto the end of your markers. So we all kind of know what I'm talking about there. Now, you may or may not, you can't see it there, but if I just slide this in, excuse me, moving the camera, I've got the mug right next to my elbow, so if it goes flying, you know why. Now, I need to hide these. Okay, let me hide those out of the way. Right, first of all, you didn't see that. Can you actually see, if I just zoom out a little bit, I think I'm getting a bit out of focus. Can you see how these pens actually are all numbered on the ends? And basically, graphite follow this fantastic number system. And I've forgotten to bring my colour charts home with me, so I'm sorry I haven't got a colour chart to show you, but you can download one really easily if you go to graphitemarkeruk.blogspot.co.uk, I think. Anyway, go to my blog, polkadoodlesandme.blogspot.co.uk, and you will find a link to the graphic challenge, sorry, I can't speak, the graphite challenge blog, where we are now doing a weekly challenge. You know, you've got to come and join us. You can use any kind of marker to actually join the challenge. It doesn't have to be graphite, but we give away fantastic prizes and we have some great inspiration every week. So basically here we have all of our colours, and this goes through the colour wheel. So I'm on the, you can see here all my numbers start 41 here. That means that these are the skin tones, okay? So basically we go from 1100, I think it is, which are the yellows. We'll go through into the 12s, which are oranges. And basically, sorry, not the 12s, the 21s, which are oranges. And basically the number system is really, really easy to follow. The first couple of digits are the actual colour group. So as I say, 41 is the skin tones. And then you've got the last two numbers that actually relate to the amount of tone and shade that are actually in the markers. You really need to download that colour chart because it's quite awesome and it's very, very self-explanatory, unlike some other colour charts which I actually have found really, really difficult to understand. Now, one thing I want to show you, and this is an absolute exclusive, the first thing is blender. The blender pen has a clear end to it, and the pen itself, you will find that on one end, on the actual narrow tip end, you will find that you get this grey indicator line here, so you know which end is actually your bullet nib rather than the chisel. So everything is thought about. Now, you maybe saw me earlier on with these beauties. Ooh. Now I am so excited about this, and this is absolutely exclusive. Basically, as I said before, Graphite are trying to bring you everything about basically all the really great features about alcohol markers all into one pen. Now we all know that there are other pens out there that have brush tips, and with most of those you actually have to buy a separate pen, okay, or with one particular brand. With Graphite, basically now, sorry, I'm just trying to pull this out, my hands are a bit cold so it's not coming out, but basically what you do is you just remove the nib from the end, use a pair of tweezers I would recommend, and then you insert this end. Sorry, I've taken it out the wrong end, that's why I'm being a bit of an idiot. But basically you need to insert this into the chisel end of your pen, so don't take it out of the fine end. That was a bit of a stupid thing to do. Okay, so if my screen goes off, it might be because my MacBook's gone off, so excuse me if I keep dipping across the thing. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the chisel end out of your marker, and you're going to actually replace it with the soft brush tip. What colour am I on there? I'm on a blender, and as you can see I've completely stained the end, but I'm not worried about that because it'll come off anyway. So anyway, enough yakking on from me. Where's my cap? Let me just put the cap back on. I'm not doing a very good job here. It is 8 o'clock at night. I have been at work since 6 o'clock this morning, so I'm pretty tired, so forgive me if I'm waffling on quite a lot. Now, I have coloured this image already with 4125, as I said. I've got a favourite colour combo, but, you know, keep trying different colours. The difference with the inks on Graphite, when you start to use them, is that basically you'll find that they're more opaque than some of the other brands are. And basically that means that you tend to actually place the inks next to each other rather than over the top of each other like you would probably do with some others. Now you can do that to an extent. You can layer the colour. It's up to you. There really is no right or wrong with these. I don't feel like that image, you're not seeing that image very good, are you? Let me see if I can turn that around that way. This is so hard to do in this light, so I'm really sorry, it looks really blurred on my screen. So I'm actually colouring there with the bullet tip, and what I haven't told you yet is that these brush markers are actually available from the end of September 2013. So if you're looking at this, watching this video after that date, you will find these are already out. If not, then they're coming to you very soon. So I love using the brush tip because, oh god, look, I've got some colour on here from that blender. Basically because I find that it actually does half the work for you already. Now if you want to colour light to dark, that's up to you. If you want to colour dark to light, that's up to you. There's no right or wrong. We all find our own way of doing things. I change my mind depending on what I'm doing, quite honestly. When I'm doing skin tone, I tend to want to do light to dark. But you know, it really, as I say, there are no right or wrong. Just find what works. You know, if you've been used to colouring that way, keep doing that. If you've been using other pens and you know you like to go dark to light, then do that. Different people like different things, you know, it's entirely up to you. So I've used 4125 and 4155. I'm now going to go to 4170. And I'm just really sorry that I can't show you my colour chart, because you would really get a feel for the vibrancy and the richness of colour that you get with these markers. So I've waffled on loads here on this video. I'm restricted obviously on YouTube with how much I can actually, how long I can make this. So I'm going to have to kind of get a bit of a move on to an extent. So I'm not being as careful as I possibly could be, but I just want to show you how well these colours work together. And what you will find is that you don't actually have to blend that much, because the colours just work. They have colours that are not available in other brands. The colours are really rich, as I said before, but rich in a nice way. Very vibrant, but again in a good way. The markers I've had in the past, I've really shied away from some of the stronger colours because they were just too intense for me. But you can see here I'm going really quite dark here. This is 4175, which is peach. Now I don't really know the colours, the names of the colours in graphite, because I just follow that colouring system, the numbering system, because I find it works, and it just takes all the hassle out of choosing colours for me. I don't have to think about it, because all the numbers just go in sequence and I know that I can just follow the sequence. Now you can see here, all I'm doing just to blend these back, I'm just touching where the two colours meet in the middle, and I'm just literally, you know, I'm not layering the colours over the top of each other, because if you do, you're basically changing the colour underneath, and you don't need to. You're just really wasting ink if you work that way. So as I say, it's up to you if that's what you want to do, but I prefer not to with these. So I'm just kind of getting a little bit of shade going on here, and I'm just going to get my 4125, which was my lightest colour again, and you can see now we've got these fantastic brush tips. I'm using the brushes to actually just help me shade a little bit. So all you do is just touch, and where you touch, these inks will just work their magic and just blend of their own accord. So let me hold this up. I want to show you where we've got to, and I'm going to stop this video now, and then I'll continue this. So if I just, whoops, if I can just show you there we go. So you can see how easy that was, but look at the depth of colour. Every time I colour with these, I just go wow, because my work just pops off the page. And that was with 4 colours, hardly doing any blending whatsoever. So I'm going to finish that here for the skin tones, and then we're going to go on to the next video where I'll actually do the hair, and then we'll work through the image. Okay, I'll catch you in a while.